One of the things that makes our industry unique is the fan interaction. Chants, cheers, and boos are an important part of wrestling, but then there are the fans who take things too far. We've all seen videos of fans jumping the barricade and getting involved, but they usually don't do anything or are subdued before touching any of the wrestlers. There are the exceptions though, where some crazed fans have been able to take down the stars of the show. Let's go over those incidents and see what happened. In 2002, Eddie Guerrero and Rob Van Dam had a series of matches for the Intercontinental title. After trading wins and losses, their final championship bout was going to be in a ladder match in the main event of Raw, which was emanating from Alberta, Canada. After battering and beating each other, both men climbed up the ladder and started battling right below the championship. Once RVD was stunned, Eddie leaped over Mr. Monday Night and slammed him onto the mat. With his opponent out of it, Guerrero climbed back up the ladder, but once he was near the top, a fan in an Edmonton Oilers jersey ran into the ring and pushed the ladder over. Luckily, Eddie Guerrero had the reflexes of a cat and landed safely, and the fan was taken out soon after. According to his book, Eddie thought at first it was Crash Holly doing a run-in. While all fan attacks are scummy, pushing someone off a ladder has to be towards the top of the list. Regardless, both wrestlers continued with the match, which RVD ultimately won. Going back 4 years to 1998, a live edition of WCW Thunder aired from Tallahassee, Florida. During the show, Raven got into the ring and started throwing some shade at Diamond Dallas Page. Not even 30 seconds into the promo, and Raven was yanked out of the ring by a fan who appeared from out of nowhere. Security was there in a flash, and Raven responded with a deathly glare before getting back to business. The fan really threw off the show though, as Raven's mic stopped working and someone had to hand him a new one. I guess this guy was the original Florida man. Ironically, the same thing happened on the following episode of Nitro. Raven had sent his flock to attack DDP, then, from behind, someone in a blue shirt tackled the former ECW star. Though, the man kinda looks like Chris Kanyon, so who knows if this second attack was actually staged. In the end, Raven appears to be okay after both attacks, so I guess that's what really matters. One thing we can learn from this video is fan attacks can happen anywhere in the world. This was made clear in 2013, when WWE was touring South Africa. After defeating Big E Langston, Randy Orton did his signature pose on the ropes. From out of nowhere, someone from the audience got into the center of the ring and low-blowed the Viper. Once he was back to his feet, Orton went straight for the guy, and luckily for the attacker, security got to him first. While the fan was quickly removed from the ring, the Apex Predator did get a kick in that gave the man a black eye. As it turns out, the fan was actually a wrestler himself, named Josie the Wrestling Machine, and he had been planning the attack before arriving at the show. In fact, the man quit his job so he could attend the event, which ended up working out well for him, since he was arrested immediately afterwards. As for Randy Orton, this is what he had to say after the incident.
I sure as hell didn't sell for the guy. I wish I would have kicked him harder in the face. I love the internet.
It's changed the industry, hasn't it?
Oh, strange indeed.
As is tradition, the 2019 Hall of Fame ceremony took place the night before WrestleMania 35. The evening that celebrated wrestling's past was derailed during the introduction of the Hart Foundation. While giving his speech, Bret Hart was tackled by someone from the audience. Security and fellow wrestlers came to Hart's aid in a split second, and the fan was subdued. Despite the chaos and the sea of bodies, the attacker was removed in just a few minutes, and the ceremony returned to normal. This and all these attacks were terrible, enraging incidents, but a moment like this really shows how awesome wrestling is. Wrestlers have each other's backs, and don't hesitate to help out a fellow performer, and that's really cool. The closest thing to a fan attack that I saw live was after SmackDown went off the air. The Revival was coming out for a dark match, and someone in the front row spat at them. So have you seen any wrestlers get attacked by fans? Leave your answer in the comments, and hit the video on the right for more content. With that, I'm Zach from Tap Out Corner, and take it easy.